Bonjour everyone, welcome to another diecast showcase. So today I have for you a little thrift store haul. Went shopping with my daughter and managed to pick up a couple bags of loose cars. Lots of good stuff, lots of obscure stuff, a couple childhood memories, and a couple interesting variations also that I managed to pick up. So, without further ado, let's delve into this and see what we found. All right, so I'm going to start off with the Hot Wheels that I managed to find, because I did manage to find a few Hot Wheels basically within those bags. Some of them are not going to be retained in the collection simply because they are duplicates. But some will be cool additions, basically, especially a couple color variations that I did not have. So I'll be able to keep, for now, the ones that I do actually have carded, as opposed to having to set them free. So I'll go through all those little details as we go through. So we'll just start with the duplicates as I normally do. So first and foremost, first find I have for you here is the first release of the recast Pontiac Firebird. Basically, we have kind of like a throwback to the original with the T-tops. This had been re-released, I believe, 2021 in red, with no T-tops, just a hard top. And yep, now we have this one in blue, which subsequently released in white, and also the previous red version also made a quick appearance in the Stars and Stripes series, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably forgetting a bunch, but to the best of my knowledge, that's where we're at. So this one I already have loose. I have the white one carded, so this one will obviously be going to into the for sale pile or for trade or whatnot. Next up, we have the Advan livery Lancer Evo 10. Not the best cast of the Lancer Evo, but I mean, it does have its redeeming qualities, namely the lens front lights, which is always a good feature to have. Those are part of the sorry about that, we'll get the focus on. There we go. So the front light's hard to see when this casting is painted gloss black like this one, but it's part of the glass portion. You'll notice that these are in really, really good condition as well, right? After that, we have the infamous R35 Guaczilla. Not everybody's cup of tea. I kind of like it. You know, I kind of sad that because of that gray fade on the side and on the roof and spoiler, you do lose those rear tampos that are really good on other versions of this cast. But hey, it's part of call culture, this car. So, you know, not a bad one, and I'm pretty sure somebody will be hyped about adding that one to their collection eventually. Another Nissan is this gray variation of the Skyline DR30 RS Turbo. So again, this one is one I do have carded, I believe on short card as well. So I'm after the white variation of this casting, so I mean, it's pretty much in the regular mainline releases, the only one I'm missing so far. So that is also going to be up for grabs. And last one that's a duplicate that I'm not going to be retaining is the EFCRX. I do have this one carded. This is the mainline version of a Super. This is, I believe, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Or 2020 maybe, since it's number 20 on the door. Either way, I'm not going to be retaining that one, because not only do I have this one, but I have the matching liveried EA CRX wide body with the mid-engine setup as well. So that one is not going to stay in the collection either. So next up, we'll go to the Hot Wheels that I actually don't have a duplicate of. Maybe a different color wave, but definitely not the color waves that I'm going to be presenting to you right now. So we're going to start off with this guy here. Again, another mainline version of a Super, the Evision Red. I do have the what is it, British Racing Green version with the little scallops on the side in yellow, so definitely very Lotus colors. Definitely a favored variation of that one, but this one's cool, so I'll add it to the collection. Next, we have the McLaren Elva in gold. This one I do have the black version with the tan interior, so the gold version, you know, I like the exterior paint. The interior, you know, being black, it's not as striking to me. And again, those Trap 5 wheels on the last two models are definitely not my favorite, but, you know, it's probably not a bad thing to have in the collection. I don't have a loose one of these, so there you go. No need to liberate the... Is it blue or black, the one I have? Either way, it's got the tan interior, so I'm not going to be having to crack that one open for now. Next, we have this SRT Viper GTSR. We do have a gold version of this that's out of a Nightburners 5-pack from 2017 or 2018. So this is going to be my loose one. Cool baby blue. Cool sponsorship on there. Nice little race livery. Fairly subtle. Not bad looking tampos for those front lights. Not on the back, but the front's really well done. And the last recent Hot Wheels mainline that was in a couple of these bags would be the second color wave of the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. So this one is matte black and gloss black as opposed to gray and black. Not very different, honestly. Same wheel setup, same base color, same interior. It's really just the paint color that's different. Even the red pinstriping is the same on this one. But it's a cool truck, and it's cool to have one loose. It's going to be nice and eventually to compare to the Matchbox all-stock Woody style version. All right. So these are like the common main lines that I've amassed and are either going to be, as mentioned, selling / trading, or the four last ones I'm going to be adding to the collection. Next, we have a couple of older Hot Wheels. One that's really cool that I'm glad to add to the collection is this little guy here. Actually, it doesn't really stand very well, so we'll hold on to this one and look at it like this. So it's a Ducati 1099R race bike. Definitely cool. So this, I do believe I may have non-race variations of this, a couple of them. I'm pretty sure it's not the Panigale, so I think I have a version of this, but I'm not exactly sure. Either way, Ducati is pretty much my favorite European bike company, so there we go. We have one loose. This is before the new wheels. This rear wheel's a little bit loose on this one, but yeah, overall paint's in great condition. Lots of metal on this. It's got some weight to it. It's just too bad that it doesn't stand very well. You know, it has a tendency to kind of lean over, so it is what it is. Next up, we got this guy here. So the short stint of Hot Wheels into the F1 world. This is the McLaren Mercedes, driven by Mika Hakkinen. So you can see, as you can see on the side, these are not super accurate if we're talking about the casting itself, but the liveries are accurate, and this is going to be a nice addition. Put it next to the Benetton Renault that I have, which definitely, you know, these cars are fairly rare, so this one's not in the best of conditions. Front axle's a little bit warped, but all in all, the livery has stood up well to the test of time. Black wheels that I believe probably used to be chrome. If I base myself on the wheel here, I might just re-chrome these. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave them black. Maybe I'll just remove the rest of the chrome from that one. I find it kind of looks good with black wheels. Yeah. So yeah, that's a cool little addition to the collection. Yeah, let's keep that guy here. And last Hot Wheels we're going to be looking at, I actually managed to pick up a premium car. Not necessarily something I'm gonna be outright adding to the collection, but it's probably gonna end up just being a wheel donor, as I just do not collect this casting. Or I might just do a tampo removal. I don't know yet. Either way, we've got the Hot Wheels Dream Van in the Mulan livery. And you got those really cool wheels. They're staggered, but I mean, there's, more than a few Hot Wheels castings that have staggered wheels, and that these wheels would look great on. And what I love about these wheels is that they look good on pretty much any casting, He's kind of like wide 5 spokes, so cool colors and everything like that. It's just not something I collect, and the lights aren't even done, so I don't know. You've got the Disney logo on the back, and Dragon logo on the roof. There's one tiny small chip right there. Besides that, pretty much the paint is immaculate, so kind of cool little memento. I don't know. I might just do a tampo removal and just keep it as is. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see down the road what happens. All right. Now we're going to be loading up the stable a fair bit today, so let's jump right into some. Oh, well, you know what? I picked up one Matchbox, but it's more of a curio more than anything else, and maybe a motivation to add something different to my collection. But here it is. It's the little Matchbox airport, kind of like airport, kind of vehicle, I guess. What is this one called? White base. It's called the Runway Wrangler, and it's basically a tow vehicle for jumbo jets. So I don't know. Maybe this is a sign that I could add a plane to the collection of a larger size. I mean, I don't have any planes in my collection as a whole, and I mean, I don't know. Kind of look cool. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but it's more of a curio than anything else for now, but thought I'd retain this one since it's pretty much in perfect condition. Let's see. Yeah, a couple majorettes I managed to pick up as well. We've got not so minty fresh GMC Jimmy, lifted 4-door. Unfortunately, in the rear, there used to be a liftable, glass panel, but that panel is gone. It's not too bad, though. I mean, it doesn't look awful. It's not too noticeable. Yeah, I even have one of the little hinges. It's still there, but yeah, I mean, the glass is gone. What are you gonna do, But I mean, this is a kind of a weird casting. I mean, there's a lot of air going in between, especially in the front. There's obviously no engine in there, I can tell you. And the base also presents kind of an oddity, a little bit of, so majorette. It's both written Blazer and Jimmy, which is kind of bizarre. Used under license, and they have a scale. Yeah, it's 1/58th scale. So it's an older one for sure. Very 90s looking. But I mean, it's funny because I mean, you have the GMC right there on the grill. So I mean, obviously it's not a Chevy. There's no signage on the back or anything like that. But I mean, it's a casting that you just don't see. It's kind of unusual. And it'd be cool to add it to the collection anyways. Let's get into something a little bit less trucky. I also managed to pick up this majorette F50 Spider, obviously, with the super wide wheels, but weirdly enough, it's just listed as the Gran Turismo. It's got a plastic base, 1/60th scale. I mean, I'm assuming they had lost the Ferrari license by then or something, but I'm not exactly sure which era this is from because Majorette does not stamp licensing dates on the bottom of their cars. Something that European diecast manufacturers tend to do, or not do, should I say. I like the little insert from the red interior providing that rear light bar, although it's not really a light bar and shouldn't be all red. But hey, this is a toy. Window is a little bit loose. Tends to get squashed like this, but you can just put it back in place and it holds quite well for display purposes. So I'm not going to complain about that. Plus, it kind of matches the Jimmy, and if we're talking about the color combo, so that's kind of cool. Next two, I was kind of happy to pick up because they're actually variations of casts I already had. So we'll start off with a Japanese car. It's a little RAV4, first gen 2-door soft top RAV4 in the Coast Guard livery. This is kind of cool because this is the second one of these I pick up. It is missing the rear spare tire, but I mean, for a lifeguard vehicle, I mean, you know, you want to remove some weight anyways, so I don't think it's out of place that the spare wheel is in there. And the reason why I'm so happy to pick this up is because I already had it, but it's a variation in the sense that it has different wheels, and if you notice the tampo work, the full lower part is yellow on the one that I just found versus this one that does not have yellow on the rear bumper and that does not have a yellow rocker panel. Basically, the yellow stops at the shut line, the lower shut line of the door. So I found that was kind of cool. But besides that, I mean, the castings are exactly the same. There's no differences in any way, shape, or form. Even the bases, I believe, are identical. Let's check right away. Yeah, pretty much. Toyota RAV4. Toyota RAV4. Same topography and everything. Same majorette logo. Same scale. And same reference number. So this we're talking about, again, a 1/60th scale. They both have tow hooks too. And again, they're both missing the spare wheel, but that's okay. So we'll keep this one aside since it's not part of the haul. We'll add this one to the majorette line up in the back here, a little majorette group. And the last majorette that I found, this one I'm really happy to have found, is this really cool BMW Z3 Coupe. And it's an interesting cast. First and foremost, it has lens front lights. It has an opening hatch with no glass, but they were all like that. You know, kind of, let's just say Majorette was not the best at mimicking sponsors. Now, obviously, you see the tampo works a little bit gone there. This is kind of like a race version. You can see gray base, Majorette, 1/67th scale. Or 57th scale? Yeah, definitely 1/57th scale. My apologies there. And these have the Super S technology. Technology, I shouldn't say technology, but with the steerable front wheels, basically. So you can actually cock the wheels at an angle. Thanks to that, and you know, kind of looks like the car's turning. It's good for taking pictures. And of course, these all of these majorettes. Well, actually, no. The last two, this and the RAV4, do have suspension. Reason why I was happy to pick this one up is because I have the non-liveried version. But not only does it have a cracked windshield, but it also has a missing headlight. And I was thinking of doing a custom on this one, putting like a air intake and some dump pipes coming out of the hood exit, and whatnot there, and just putting a meaty drag setup on there, maybe from like a Racing Champions drag car or something. And yeah, the shut line on the hatch is better on this one. CRX is rolling away there. There we go. Yeah, shut line is definitely better on the normal version. As you can see, they both function. This just needs a little bit of tweaking, basically. That's all it needs. Yeah, better. A little bit better. There we go. Either way, um, again, we're talking about the same base. Is it the same model number though? Let's see what we have here. This is 220.S. 244 220.S. Yep, both of them are the same. 226.S. Okay. I'm assuming the S is for the fact that these have the steerable wheels. Assuming. Oh yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. Pretty cool, that steerable wheel feature. Never really took off, but hey, either way, it's not that bad. There you go. So that's the last of the majorettes. I did manage to pick up a Motor Max as well. Always like Motor Max because they have like really cool, unusual castings. And yeah, they don't actually advertise the Motor Max under the car, but I mean, you know it's a Motor Max just by looking at the wheels. But either way, this is a more or less well done Chevy Corvette Indy prototype from the mid to late 80s. Yeah, mid-engine Corvette prototype. It's not very detailed if we're talking about tamper work. It is missing a bunch of paint. It does have front lights and a front Corvette emblem. Windows have definitely been seen better days, but at least the trim's blacked out, the wipers blacked out. They still put a few details where it actually counts. And yeah, the base is very, very nondescript, but you can see right there, Corvette Indy, China. And yeah, it is a licensed model, so it's pretty cool. All right, Corvette Indy. Oh yeah, I did pick up another NASCAR too. This one I might also keep as is. It's a nice one. It's Ford Taurus, opening hood that actually stays open. Big carb V8. You got all the details you'd expect. This one's rubber tires with the Goodyear Eagle lettering. It's plastic base. It's Racing Champions. It's a cool looking one. Besides a little bit of paint missing on the spoiler on the back here, paint's all there. So, I mean, it's not bad. I like the color. Aqua Velva is definitely not a brand of choice for me, for my personal needs, but hey, a lot of grandpas still use that stuff, so there you go. So, pretty cool. Yeah, might be a wheel donor, might keep it as is. Don't know yet. We'll see. Yeah, one car that, probably won't be of much, interest to a whole lot of people, but it's definitely of interest to me, is this made in China El Cheapo casting here. I'm not sure exactly what car it is. I mean, it could be like an early Vauxhall Cavalier or Opel Vectra. Front end reminds me a lot of the late 80s, early 90s Mazda 626. Definitely looks very European from the rear. I don't know what kind of car it is, but I mean, it looks legit. And I mean, the reason why I'm keeping this one is simply because I had this exact car as a kid. Part of like those big 15, 20, 25 car sets you could buy there. And I mean, it's pretty much mint condition except for a little nick in the window here. But besides that, yeah. And I mean, it's kind of weird because mine that I had when I was a kid was bright white with dark blue on these tampos. This one has light blue and it's kind of like beige. Looks white, but it's actually beige. So, kind of like a color variation of a car from my childhood. It's, kind of cool to add back to the collection after all these years. Yeah, then I managed to pick up two real toy casts that I really find look like Tomica's, and even the type of castings Tomica would do. So you've got this orange juice truck, like a cab over truck. Surprisingly well detailed, very weighty as well. It's got kind of like a majorette construction underneath. You can see it is definitely a real toy. Made in China. And it's got the opening sides when you want to fill up your truck with orange juice, I guess. Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Something not to do is to open both doors at the same time because they become kind of hard to close. So that's very JDM looking, I find, personally. And the other one, well, JDM or Hong Kong or whatnot, but it's more Japanese. This one's more, this one reminds me of Hong Kong. Got the super cool double-decker bus. Windows, got a lot of windows going on here. All this, all the way through, side, none on the back. But look at the details on the back, eh? Not bad. Not bad at all. Same for the front. It's got a little crack in the windscreen there. A little crack on the side. But all in all, paint's all there. Most of the tampo work is as well. Really not bad. So, yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Just little curios that'll probably be stored away, but still. And last but not least, managed to pick up what seems to be a knockoff Chrono Q car. Obviously, it's a Lamborghini Diablo. Pretty easy to see. I don't think this would be a licensed product, but it definitely looks like a Lamborghini Diablo with the SV wing. Yeah, you know, tiny tuned car. It's got a horse instead of a bull, which is kind of ironic. I'm sure Ferrari wouldn't be very happy about that. But then again, this ain't licensed, so who cares? There's no brand. It's just written made in China. I think this probably was a pullback or is made to look like a pullback, but there's no pullback action going on here at all. Normally pullbacks would tend to have rubber tires, whereas these wheels are plastic. So, but either way, you know, Lamborghinis are always fun to add to the collection. So there you go. That's pretty much my haul. If we're talking about what I found at the thrift store, there were many other items that were included in those bags. 3 or 4 that I threw straight in the garbage because they were just too busted up and cheap. Probably 8 or 9 that I gave to my daughter. You know, cars, and, you know, a donut drifter and Barbie dream camper. Now she has 2 of those. But, you know, overall, these are the ones I'm retaining for the collection / adding to the loose haul or the loose, you know, lot that's available. So on that, I will let you go. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. And yeah, like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Stay safe. Bye.